everybody, today I'm going to be doing a review on the Maybelline Super Stay Better Skin Transforming Foundation that has titanium dioxide sunscreen and acrylic C, and it's oil free. And I'm also going to be doing the concealer with it. So these are two new foundation concealer combo that you will be finding in the drugstore. And you know me, I love foundations, especially from Maybelline. Maybelline foundation kind of just makes me all giddy and happy inside. I don't know, I mean, what excites you? I mean, is it weird that like foundation excites me? I don't know. You gotta be happy about the little things in life. So I tried this foundation, and the first thing I did was I tried it on my hand, and I usually don't do that. Usually I'll go for the full face, you know, let's do this thing. But I decided, you know what, I'm going to try it on my hand first. First thing that struck me was it was completely full coverage, and when you see it on my hand you're gonna be like, whoa. Now my hand is obviously a different skin color than my face. It's kind of like orange, and my face is not so orange. As you can see, my chest, my face are not as tanned as my hands, because I guess I'm in the sun with my hands more, and I do wear a lot of sunscreen on my face, boo to wrinkles, I guess. So that being said, this promises to give you better skin. It's supposed to help you, it has antioxidants in it. That's what the acetyl-C is supposed to do. So these are supposed to help you just look better even when you take the makeup off. Now I've been wearing it for like 2 days now, and I mean, I don't see any real difference, so that might just be a gimmick. But the fact that it is full coverage and the fact that it becomes matte like this really had me impressed. So I really could care less about the acetyl-C, but what I cared about was the fact that it performed well. It was matte, it didn't seep into fine lines on the face, it was very full coverage. It was so full coverage it was able to cover up my friend's tattoo. Like, and he's a completely different skin color than me, so I was just like, whoa. If it could do that, what's it gonna do to my dark spots and my dark circles under my eyes and the slight acne I have? As you can see, I have acne like all over my face, and I actually was sick this morning, and I kind of like busted a few capillaries in my eyes, and you would have no idea. And that's great. That's what the purpose of wearing this stuff is. So I'm gonna show you it really quickly. It's slightly different than what we've been seeing from Maybelline. Maybelline has had like the open tube where you kind of have to like spill it out onto your hand. I kind of like that it has a pump now, because I find it to be less messy and more sanitary. So I'm going to put just a tiny little drop on my hand right here, and I'm just going to quickly show you. I have a little bit of stains because I was testing out the I was reviewing something moments ago, but as you can see, the tiny little drop, really like full coverage right there. Really nice, not settling into fine lines, not settling into anything, and it pretty much just covers up. In a few seconds there, that's going to be matte. It's already starting to mattify on the ends of the corners. Now, I don't really recommend you applying this with your fingers. I do suggest you use something like a beauty blender or even a brush, because if you use your fingers, you're actually rubbing bacteria into your face, you know, even if you've washed your hands and whatnot. It's still not a good idea. Use a brush, use a clean brush, use a clean beauty blender to really get the best face that you possibly can. So overall, as you can see, it's also kind of getting a little bit darker now that it's drying. And then once it dried, it was really budge proof. And then I went to wash my hands because like I had the stuff on my friend's arm. I was like, I gotta wash this off. And I love that I could see the water bead up on top of it. So it almost gives a waterproof, I mean, I wouldn't say waterproof, but definitely you do have protection against sweat and water and rain. You don't have to worry about this product just dripping off your face if you get caught in the rain. I was rubbing this underneath the faucet to see if it would come off with soap and water, and it wasn't, so I was very impressed. So overall, oh, by the way, the shade I got was Classic Ivory, which is number 20. You can see it's a little bit lighter than I guess what you see in the bottle, but it does dry down to almost the shade, and I'm wearing it today. Oh, as for the concealer, I kept the packaging. I usually don't keep the packaging when I do these reviews, but I thought that this was so funny I had to share with you guys. Okay, so this concealer promises to target dark circles, spots, imperfections, etc. And it has that acetyl-C in it as well. Now I got medium number 40 because I am a little bit darker on my face, and I don't like to have reverse raccoon. So I tend to buy a medium skin tone rather than going for that light shade, and it worked well for me. So this is medium, and as you can see, it's still pretty light in comparison to the foundation. So they pretty much are very close. So if you're wondering what shade should I get, if you are getting the classic ivory shade, the medium concealer really isn't too much difference in shade. It's a little bit more yellow. That's the only thing I would say. But you can also see that this is really starting to mattify right now. Now the one thing I thought was funny, most of you in the makeup community would identify this as a doe foot applicator, right? Are we all in unison on that? Well, Maybelline has decided to call that the targeted applicator right here. Targeted applicator. That means that every time we put on lip gloss or anything else with the doe foot applicator, I guess we're using our targeted applicator. Like, there's no reason to play up. Just call it a doe foot applicator. No need for funny gimmick names. I just thought that was funny. Like, so next time you ladies put on your lip gloss and someone asks you, is that a doe foot applicator? You say, no, this is my targeted applicator. Silliness. Anyway, with all that aside, these products are definitely what I'm looking for in the drugstore this summer in terms of waterproof, matte, full coverage, etc. Now if you're the kind of person that doesn't like necessarily full coverage during the summer, you might not want to pick this up, or not even just during the summer, just in general. If you're not the kind of person that wants something super full coverage, then you might want to pass on these products. But if you're looking for high quality, long lasting, by the way, I got about 10 to 15 hours of wear. Like, I woke up, I took a nap, I woke up, it's still there, everything was in place. So that's good, but 10 to 15 hours of wear when it came to these products. Now I do set my foundation with a powder, and I did use the Maybelline 220 powder over it. So if you're wondering, like, you know, are you using a higher end product over it? No, staying in the Maybelline family, and that's the color that's the shade I am. So if you're Maybelline 220, you might want to check out Classic Ivory 20 because they're pretty similar in shade. This might be just a tiny bit lighter. But they're pretty close. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to have a quick picture swatch of what I just did right here so you can see it a little bit more still. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to follow me on Instagram. I'm Recycled Stardust. On the left is Maybelline Fit Me 220. In the center is Classic Ivory 20. And all the way on the right is the concealer in Medium 40. As you can see, Medium 40 is very close to Fit Me 220, but when the Classic Ivory dries down, it's almost as close to Fit Me 220. It's just slightly lighter and not as yellow.